We designed a framework that would allow us to go through this and think through it piecemeal. And this can vary depending on the application, but in our case, we cared about understanding what customer problems were in the current model, what the employee problems were in the current model, and then when you mix those two together, when customers interact with the employees, that interface, understanding what the problems in the process were, and then breaking that down. And here's what we found. You go through and you ask a customer, tell me about the last time you bought a car. What was it like? Boy, I was nervous. I knew they were going to have all the numbers and I wouldn't have any. I didn't really trust car dealers. I had a friend who had a bad experience, so I went in really nervous about that and knowing that I couldn't believe anything that they said. I felt a lot of pressure. I didn't want to show too much interest because I knew the second I said I liked something, they'd be right on me with their pencil or their pen and begging me to sign off. I felt like when I did have questions that I thought were reasonable questions, like how much is the invoice or what's the car run on, I would get condescended to. I would be talked down to. In some cases, these were more likely to be younger folks or women. Legitimate stories of people going in. Hey, I'm here to buy a car. Okay, here's the mirror where you put your makeup on, honey. When's your dad get here? And we could do the paperwork, right? That kind of condescension, like you're not old enough, or you're not male enough, or you're not whatever. You're not rich enough. You're not wearing the nice shoes to buy this car. You can't afford it. Dozens and dozens of stories like this where people said, that's how I feel when I buy a car, or the last time that I bought one. So we said, somehow, I've got to change you from that to something totally different. I've got to make you feel good about this process. I've got to set up an environment where you feel like you can trust what we're saying, where you feel like we're not condescending to you, but we're consulting with you, we're coaching you, and I want you to feel like you're clued in on every step of the way.